Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Sir Ian McLennan Oval. It is the under-20s now. Central Coast United away to the South Coast Flame. Round 22. We are...
Echo?
Echo.
You're echoing.
Yeah, yes, my phone was on, that's all. Well, a couple of 18s boys have backed up from their youth day at Prospect. They're coming to back up. We've got Taddy, Lockie and Connor Island on the bench for the under-20s today, but it seems like the starting lineup today, once the boys split up from their circle, it will be Ty Calorie in between the sticks in the purple. It'll be the Bolt boys, Benny Giles, Jesse Wenjoey, Kirby Wilding, Connor Gallen, Rhoda, Jakai Mead. Seems to be anybody else. That is Jeremy Chipolone.
Chip starting.
Chip
Nice.
starting, yeah, very nice. Kyan Vander Stratton.
Gee, who hasn't Benny Giles played beside this year?
Yeah,
He's had a whole bunch of different centre-back partners.
yes, he has had everybody. The only one from the 20 squad that he hasn't played with this year is Sparrow.
I was thinking even first, though.
Yeah, in first as
He's
well.
had Geordie Howe, now he's got Connor.
Yeah. Mate, Benny Giles can play alongside anybody, mate, so it's all right. Ladies and gentlemen, the under-20s here, round 22 at Sir Ian McLennan Oval. South Coast Flame at home to Central Coast United. And away.
Did you say delay?
Nope. And away we go. Fitzy, a 1-1 draw in first grade. Coming back from 1-0 down at half-time, and Benny Flackus with his 10th goal of the season.
He's found his poaching boots, hasn't he?
Yeah, he
His
has.
shark fin.
Yeah, it's he's turned up in very crucial moments this season, and once again got another goal.
Yeah, was unlucky not to find one later in the game with Muzz doing all he can to beat the keeper. Just couldn't quite find the touch to get him forwards without pressure and get that shot off.
Yeah, it's exactly. But that keeps an unbeaten run of 4 games in a row now. 2 draws, 2 wins.
No, it's encouraging. Points are points,
It's true, getting away from the bottom half of the table.
especially away from home.
Exactly.
So both keepers ended up in purple. Different shades of purple. Ty looks a little bit darker.
I reckon they're
Or
pretty
like-
similar. Yeah.
I don't know. There's a definite tone shift.
Okay.
Like Ty's is clearer. The other's a bit more duller. I don't know how to describe it.
Interesting.
Notes from the first grade game. Ball is going to move insanely fast.
Yeah.
I think more passes are going out over for goal kicks than most fields. So should hopefully produce some good results football-wise for us, or for both teams really. Something good for you guys to watch.
Yes, it's going to be fast, quick-paced, high amount of chances, and a lot of mistakes as well from both sides. It's Jakai Mead now.
So
on
you
the
had a
ball.
trim.
Looks possibly
Just looked a little bit, looked younger, if that's possible.
as a 20s player.
Mate,
They already are quite young, so I guess.
he looks a bit more baby-faced than usual. How's that?
Okay, yeah, no, I get that. I know one of the Bolt boys had a trim. Still don't know who's who, but
You don't.
I still get it.
Just
mixed up
numbers,
every day.
mate.
Yeah, I know.
Although they have changed positions during the year, so that
Yes.
makes sense. Or unless they did
They did it again.
Silver Brothers.
Swear they've swapped positions again, by the way.
Nah, Hayden's been playing right back for
Okay, that is okay.
a few matches back-to-back now. Number
good.
23, with James being the number 22. Still want Harvey here.
Yeah,
You got to work on him, boys.
yeah, get him to be a part. What's going on? Bit after? No, just late.
I'm sure Kyan would trade the free kick in to not have been kicked.
But yes, it's going to be a very difficult game for the 20s, I believe. we are 10th now in the 20s, and I believe it's a top 5 team, the South Coast, currently this season.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, it's a harsh result to say on our 20s. Like, table-wise, the results lie.
Results have lied a lot for this
And again,
20 side.
like, with the way fixtures are organised, sometimes, they were losing key players
Yeah.
in key moments, which certainly wasn't helping them. And you would say now, with it more commonly being that first grade plays first, they're going to get more players that can do, play more minutes and play more of the more valuable minutes and allow better planning than like, hey, you need to take him off because we need him.
Yeah.
That does occur. And I get it.
Yeah.
First grade's more important.
100%.
Because, again, that's for points. 20s, unfortunately, isn't. Not how I would have it. But anyway, we've discussed this enough times on stream.
Yeah. I think we discuss it almost every week, Fitz.
Well, again, we go with around the grounds and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And that's where I go, well, yeah. Anyway, I won't go into the song and dance tonight. But no, I feel like this 20 squad is quite a strong squad for this division. It's just that, a mixture of injuries and not being able to, keep our best players.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. Injuries have been very bad for us this season in both squads. As a shot from South Coast here, he gets Ty Calorie to dive to his left there.
I was getting flashbacks of the first grade goal. Similar sort of area, similar sort of movement coming back in for that right foot curving back post sort of shot, but not as much juice as the first grade one, as when Joey has acres of space here.
When Joey straight into the keeper's chest. Keeper gets out early.
Strong, confident positioning from the keeper there, you would certainly say. He didn't back away from that at all.
No, yeah, he did really well. Came out, shut down the angle early, and
that's all you can do, right? Ask a question, see if the striker can beat you. If you sit off, not really making it easy for yourself.
no, not at all. That's right, Fitz. It's just Windrow possibly could have gone for the chip over him, but with the goalkeeper coming out quickly, it does shut
It's
down
hard,
the reaction
right?
time. You know what I mean?
And again, I think it's easier to go inside the foot.
Sure.
Like, that's something you've got to have almost premeditated. You've got to get your body shape set. Like, you've got to have a few things set up for that. I think it was the right choice from Wanjoey. Maybe could have done it earlier if he was ready. I don't know quite where the ball position in that was off the top of my head.
I've got a comment from Callum O'Connor, who is currently injured at the moment, and hopefully he recovers quickly, and we'll see him before the end of the year.
That was from a game, wasn't it?
Yeah. Plantar fasciitis.
Yes, there we go. My brain was thinking that.
Yeah, but he says, "Come on, boys!" in the comments. He's getting behind his team, supporting from home. Good to see, Cal. Good to see.
You didn't want to come all the way to South Coast and not play, mate. I know that's how I feel.
Yeah.
Next best thing, commentary.
Yeah, we do say if you do get injured or suspended, you do have to do a shift on commentary for the 20. So I don't know, Cal. Might have to get you for one of the next few home games, and you and Fitzy can lead the line for a 20s game. Ball through, looking for the run of Wilding, but the South Coast defence cut the line there.
And there's that fast ball at play again. I just wonder if there's a bit of moisture on the surface with the
Possibly. It would depend how.
just with the time of night.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's extremely quick, and I don't know if it's quickened since getting dark.
Well, it doesn't feel that cold just yet. Like I've got.
Temperature-wise, no.
Yeah. Still feels pretty.
Although I can't talk because I'm in multiple layers. I've got double layers, everything.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
2 jackets, 2 track pants, 2 socks.
But you're not sweating though, are you?
Not really.
So yeah, it seems pretty. Must be perfect weather for what we've got on. Then.
What, you laid up as well?
I've got just a hoodie on, just a CC hoodie and the track pants. That's it. But
I think Bloom was trying to be tough before.
He was, yeah.
He was pacing back and forth.
Yeah. Just CCU forcing it.
I was going to say the CCU call was faster, but again, it's got to be controlled. It can't just be speed for the sake of speed.
Exactly. We've got D Stadelman with the Let's Go Pirates in the comments.
She hung around for 20s.
Hey,
I know
good
she
to see.
normally pops in with chats, but and comments every now and then. But
It's going to be Jesse Roder losing possession there.
thoughts on this kit, by the way?
The away kit for us? Or
No, them.
So
It's our kit. We've spoken about this before.
Oh, yes. It's the South Coast kit they've had for the last few years, I believe.
Yeah, but thoughts?
It's actually quite nice.
Ah,
Yes.
he finally gets a taste of his own medicine. Can you not?
I'm just trying to fix it.
Yeah, but
Vicky.
it sorts itself out, I think.
Okay. But yeah, I like it. Well, if it's going to be club colours, they've done a decent job of using what they can without being boring.
I don't know if it has green on it as well. I think there might be a little bit of green towards the middle because their colours are like that dark blue, yellow, and green there.
Are they? I thought it was just the blue and the yellow.
No, it's the same colours as the association.
Ah, okay. You don't really,
Because you noticed on their logo.
can't really tell. No one around us is really wearing it.
He's covering it up at the minute. Tyre going long. I'm curious to see if 20s also have that deeper line at the back.
Ooh.
Like I saw South Coast first grade have.
Yeah. Well, it'd be good to be fair, if they did, it would be good to see if the first grade and the 20s are on the same sort of.
Oh, it would
coaching
make it,
plan.
for me, it would make it see if it's more deliberate,
Yeah.
if that's the case. Because I didn't know if that was a club-wide plan to handle games at this ground
Yeah.
or at this time of day. Just because it seemed odd. I hadn't seen too many teams do that in this comp. Drop off and step away from that long ball in behind. Normally teams step up and try and make sure teams don't go
Yeah.
use the offside trap to prevent teams going over them. But maybe they're too worried about that sort of ball in behind. CCU reasonably positioned with numbers as Connor Gallen sends that to the shadow realm.
Nice.
Did you get any of the music references in first grade?
A few.
Or some of the more obvious ones, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm just disappointed. He had a couple there, but just didn't want to take the highway to the danger zone. That was the one I was hunting for from him. And I set him up twice. And he set himself up for one and just couldn't.
Yeah, couldn't commit. And couldn't figure out what you were going on about.
Nah, that one I just made up. I tried to make sure like he knew he said one,
Yeah.
and then like I was just trying to play it off as dumb.
Because of course
he
this
thought I was referencing another one. I'm like, no. But I didn't want to lead on to that, so that's where I have my fun. Sometimes playing ignorant
Yes.
is its own set of fun.
Oh, Bolty winning the ball high there. That'll be James. It's Roder with a shot. Was it deflected? No.
I think it was tackled and it just ended up coming off Roder in the end. I was going to say, speaking of having fun, Roder finding the ball in quite a dangerous area for that shot.
He had a little bit of a spell towards the end of first grade as well and got a lot of the ball. Obviously due to the Cade Mapu making way after entering the field 15 at half time. It's not good. It's the second time Mapu's come on off the bench and then not lasted the rest of the game, which is...
It's a long trip down. Again, he looked like he was tiring. Like I think that sub actually was for him in my head. I saw him maybe go down 5 minutes, not from down, but like haunch over a bit, feeling something. But no, someone as valuable as Cade Mapu, you don't want to see coming off after being a sub.
Yeah, of course. when Joey now. Just keeping possession, going back to Giles. Connor Gallen, who I believe has been away for the last few weeks or unavailable, and it's good to see him get back on the team list for some minutes.
Well, that's his. I think that's been his
Was an
biggest
injury,
thing
yeah.
for the last
12, 14
2,
months,
3
yeah.
years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just getting consistent minutes.
Yeah, he did have a couple of injuries. This is his second injury this year, and he had I think, one last year, which he had a workplace injury that kept him out. But South Coast here, Giles intercepts, and it will give away a corner, but
I think he was just getting niggly injuries too. Like
Yeah,
little
this
things
year he
pop
did,
up
yeah.
after that and just roll. Unfortunately.
yeah, that's right. There was a workplace injury last year, and then it's just been consistent since, yeah. Couple weeks on, couple weeks off, couple weeks on, couple weeks off, and it's just
It's really hard to find your form when that
100%.
stuff keeps happening.
100%. And I think he started the season as well at right back a few games, and it was looking promising for him this year. But, you know, things happen, and then that's football, and
Just got to make the most of what you got.
exactly right. Ball in
Floated.
now. Oh, Connor Gallen winning in the air. Kyan Van der Straten controls it straight into the path of South Coast. Back in again. Flicked on offside. Referee will play on as the keeper claims it and it doesn't go back.
Has Kyan had an orange captain's band?
This whole time?
I know
Yeah.
this whole game, but like,
Oh, Kirby Wilding now. Ball through. It's going to find Kirby Wilding. Bit of a South Coast got a touch just to force him wide. Step over. He's going towards the byline. Shifting onto his left. South Coast will give away a corner.
yeah.
I
before this
believe
game?
he's had an orange armband the whole season.
Oh. Okay, I just don't recall. Maybe it's not as clear on the black. I don't know. I don't recall seeing a neon orange captain's armband on him. That's all.
You'll have to go back and watch a few 20s
I-
games to find out, Fitzy.
You think I've got that sort of time?
Yes?
No, I don't. I genuinely.
Driving, you might have to have a look on the way back, please.
Oh no, thanks. I think I might be looking at the back of my eyelids.
Fair. Goalmouth scramble after this corner. Jesse Rhoda attempted a bicycle kick. It's going to hit the roof of the net. Wow.
And not in the correct fashion.
No.
Hitting the top of the net.
Yes.
Over the top. Barbecue's frying in the corner there.
Yeah, they're just cleaning it at the end.
I thought I saw steak on it before, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, earlier in
No,
the
literally
evening.
like
Oh.
5 minutes ago.
Maybe.
Because it smells meaty
Does.
as well.
Need a seat Fitz.
No, just. I think it's just been the fact that I've been sitting most of the day, and now that I'm up on my legs, it's just having fun. Bit of age.
Bit of age. What? Yeah. Fair enough. Not going to argue with that. I am.
Oh man,
The
it's,
youngest one.
it's downhill from 20.
You're not wrong, mate.
That's when all the injuries started.
I am feeling it just as almost not as much as you would be, but it takes a bit longer for me to recover now after things, especially running and reffing and stuff, and just I think I did what 37 and a half Ks last weekend reffing, so
Huh.
yeah, I did 10 Ks just in one game, mate. It was 10K in 2 games. No, in a game on the 18s, and it was. Oh, it's a header! Oh, it's over the crossbar. Jesse Rhoda. Well, yeah, I did four games last Sunday,
Yeah.
and I did 3 centres,
Oof. Ouch.
and that killed.
Yeah, I bet.
Get home and my feet feel swollen, my knees don't bend. It's rough. 3 centres, 2 18s games.
Youch.
Yeah, a local and an NPL one, so it's 80 and 90 minutes there respectively.
Yeah.
Ran a local 16s game, which is only 70 minutes local, and then ran the line for 16s NPL, which is also 80 minutes. So I did 160, like 300, just under 300 minutes.
Gee, you're almost 10 Ks. That's almost a
Yeah,
normal match for high levels.
yeah, it is. But I am a heavy runner, and but like,
You jangle the Fitbit or whatever it is, it's counting the Ks a bit more.
nah.
Is that what you're telling me?
No. Like I just run. a bit too much.
You
Whatever.
overdo it. Okay.
I overdo it, yeah. But
So
it's-
you need to work on your positioning, is what I heard.
Maybe. It's not a no. Sometimes I put myself in good positions and sometimes I get in the way of the ball. That's that's how it is normally.
Aren't you isn't it the play meant to be like diagonally left of you?
Uh,
You're meant to be behind it.
It used to be that. They've changed it now. 'Cause- And sometimes you just when you're running the diagonals, you're putting yourself away from the play
In the S curve.
in the S curve, yeah.
Interesting.
Because obviously when you're meant to be running diagonally away from your assistants.
Yeah, because you're meant to cover the corners that they're
100%.
not. Yeah.
Yeah, so especially when the play's down the assistant side, if you're running a diag, it's
Yeah, but isn't that within reason? Like, you're meant to really, I don't know, 2/3 of the width maybe?
yeah. Well, they've told us to just put yourself in a position where you can see everything as best as you can, and if that's getting close, that's getting close, but just don't get in the way.
Interesting.
Because you see the ref here, he's chasing the play at the moment, and then he'll wait for the play to get past him, and then he'll chase behind. That's similar to what I do with Kirby Wilding now inside the area. Can he lay it off to the edge of the area? Oh, just trying to find Jesse Wenjoey. As South Coast turn now to come forward. Benny Giles putting the burners on and recovering and clearing it out for a throw. Does really well. South Coast keeping possession now in the CCU half. Looking to get a delivery in, excuse me. It's into the box. It's Giles. Shot.
There's a bit of contact from Wenjoey there.
Was it enough though? Was it inhibiting him from making a connection on the shot?
Yeah, I think it hampered his ability to connect with the shot.
Yeah.
Again, it's one of those ones that we may have seen in first grade where, again, if it happened outside the box, would he give it?
Yeah.
We both even asked the question on that weird corner one they gave
Yeah. Yeah.
after what was a little bit of heavy-handedness, shall we say.
Exactly. It's James.
Nope.
Hayden
Yep.
on the overlapping run. He's going to feed Kirby down the near side to get a right-footed ball in, and it will be a corner for CCU. Corner in now. Short delivery. Kirby Wilding now. Second ball into the box, aiming back stick. The keeper's just got his fingertips to it. I wonder what Crowley was doing here.
He was after Bloom for some reason.
I believe he's on the bench, no?
No, he's just there.
Yeah. Oh, he's asked for
They were all on the bench. Now they're all over here. Probably coming to raid the canteen before it closes.
Yeah. South Coast coming forward. Kyan getting second bested there.
Got an extra... No, we've organised it now.
It's a good challenge. It will be a corner though.
Referee just wants to chat with his linesman over something there.
If anything, right? Well, it is a corner anyway.
Why are we set up like it's a goal kick? Free kick.
He's given a free kick in a corner type situation. It'll be an in-swing and cross here to test Ty in his defence.
South Coast sitting 3 back versus no one. They've got 3 in the box presently. Doesn't look like they're set up like a corner.
No, this is very strange. Do they go short here? No, they go back stick. It'll be Wenjoey to win the first. It'll be Road. Oh, almost gets away with it, but the 36 does really well. Has a shot from distance and bounces straight into the gloves of Ty Calorie. Bolts to Kirby, inside to James, out wide to Hayden on the overlap,
Oh, thank you, sir.
and it will be a throw in for CCU.
Don't worry. Yes, I was saying thank you, sir, mockingly.
Inside the box, Jakai Mead in the D. Oh, what a save from the keeper. Kirby Wilding with the seconds now. Hayden Bolt finds James. He looks to go reverse pass back to him. When Joey to Mead. Ball roll onto his left. Shot. Another big save from the keeper. And it will be another corner for CCU.
Certainly
Thank
asking
you
a
for
lot.
ducking.
Certainly asking a lot of this keeper at the moment.
It's good. It's testing. 25,
turn.
24 in.
That turn from Jakai Mead
Was
to
very
work
good.
that shot was quality. I don't
Yeah, it
even know
was.
how he did it.
It was very good.
Because it wasn't one of the rounder ones that you'd see with a roulette. He's literally just...
Oh, Connor Gallen. Connor Gallen. A nice sweep across the body, but just couldn't find the back of the net. It was very teasing there. His reaction, a goal for Connor, Connor would have been big. Would have been big for him. Bit of confidence for him as well. There's a goal on the back pitch for South Coast in the 18s. Not sure what the score is there.
By the sound of it, I didn't hear too much applause or...
No. Oh, we've got some under 20 scores. It's 2-0 for Inner West over Gladesville. So a win, so the Pirates get to move up a position. That's fantastic. First grade, it is the Greek Derby, which is Inner West against Gladesville.
Oh.
Fantastic. We love a good derby day.
Didn't realise that was a derby.
Yeah, there you go. And then it's Dunbar 0, Hawkesbury 0 in first grade. I'm not sure if that's just kicked off or that is the full-time score. We still have to make our away trip to Hawkesbury. That's one of our next two away trips is Hawkesbury and Camden. But we've got a run of 4 home games. Upcoming next week, I believe, is Nepean at home. No, Prospect at home. So, yeah, Prospect next week for the seniors. Not sure where the youth are, if they're at home or if they're away. Anyone does know, please put it in the comments. It's just kicked off, Dunbar Hawkesbury. Okay, good stuff. That's out at Rockdale Illingdon Sporting Ground. CCU just waiting patiently for South Coast to make a move. Ball through the lines. Jesse Rhoda comes deep to collect. Ball through. Jesse Wenjoey. Flick pass back to Rhoda. It's going to roll just past him and gets away with it as the South Coast midfield also miss it. It's a very low block here from the South Coast squad. No one pressing the man with the ball until they get to the ball to the fullbacks.
I mean, they've been pretty well disciplined there. Sitting off quite well, waiting for that right moment. So it's not quite the moment in the field positioning I'm looking for that thing that first grade were doing. But to be fair,
Ball inside. Rhoda wins it with the help of James Bolt. Kirby Wilding just got turned the wrong way by the pass. Can Jesse Rhoda win the ball? No, it'll be a forward pass now from South Coast looking for an attack. Ben Giles using his chest to control the pass and does really well to keep the possession.
yeah, to be fair, there wasn't too many of these sort of keep the ball moments in first grade, if I'm honest. It was more end-to-end stuff.
Connor Gallen. Not very happy with himself after that one. Very apologetic. Giving the ball away and then slipping. Ball comes off his back. It's Jakai Mead now on the ball. Driving forward. Mead to Wilding. Wilding will cut inside. Looking for a chip ball to Rhoda. An acrobatic attempt. It will fall to Kai and Van der Stratton. Shot. The keeper will make a comfortable save. It's League One now. Results in the comments. It is Hills United 0. Bankstown Berries 1. Mounties 0. Dulwich Hill 1. 2 big results
Was that full time?
That is 30 minutes in for both. Dulwich Hill scoring away to Mounties. Mounties currently in the relegation playoff spot again.
Are you smelling cinnamon? I'm smelling like a custard tart sort of thing. I don't know what's going on. Why do I smell that? Of all things.
Maybe. I don't know. Don't know what you're smelling. But Mounties in the relegation playoff spot at the moment. Again,
Or was it?
It could be their third year in a row, which in the relegation spot, obviously the last two previous seasons was against Nepean, back-to-back. They lost to Nepean when we went down, and they beat Nepean
To come up.
to go back up. But I'm not sure if Nepean are in the spot again to go back up. I'm not sure. Yeah, we'll have to have a look at half-time and we'll chat about it, because 3 years in a row of the same two teams going up and down
Yeah, I wonder if
would
anyone's
be
put money
ridiculous.
on that. Because there would be some questions on that.
Yeah.
Bloom can't stand still, can he?
No.
It's not even our match balls, mate. What are you doing?
Yeah, we've got a bit of some stats from Ross.
Oh,
We've got Inner West, formerly known as Cyprus United,
that makes sense now. Okay.
Cypriot club, and then Gladesville Ride Magic, formerly the Ride City Gunners, which sold the license to a Greek group back in early 2000s.
Okay. Interesting.
Very interesting. We love a bit of history, bit of NPL history, Ross. Thank you. We appreciate it. Connor, ball over the top for Kine. Can he get a little flick through? Did he get a little flick through for Jesse? It's going to be a physical bout for a throw. Will it be? Whose ball will it be? Referee? It will be South Coast ball.
Really? Looked like he was pointing to the dugouts or the sponsor boards. One of these ones, not... Surely, you're meant to, open up your body.
Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah.
You thought I was doing something else, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Tisk.
Oh, it's a great ball. Ooh.
Get your head out of the demonetisation.
Chop in the comments says, I played for Cyprus United with Joe Watson coaching. Another bit more of history there, Chop. Well done. Good career you had. I think you've mentioned that you've played at, used to play at Arlington. Whoop. Ross Anton Ride City had a game and played direct and no nonsense football. That sounds like Ride City, I'll tell you that for sure.
Just keeping it.
Just keeping it. You can see comparison to South Coast without the ball. Arlington was Dulwich Hill. Yeah. So where was Cyprus United playing before they moved to Arlington then? I'd love to know that. Because obviously they ground share now.
Well, I'm guessing they wouldn't have because it's only been synthetic for a brief period.
Yeah,
Comparatively.
true that.
Big
When Joey.
chance.
It's got to be a free kick inside the D. Jesse Wenjoey winning the foul in I'm going to say a bit of a fitsy range here. Wentworth Park they played out of.
Why do I know that ground?
Wonder who plays out of that now.
I feel like my old man has said that ground with a story or two. Well, my old man used to play at like this sort of level.
Okay.
Like he's pretty old, he's about 70, but and he's played at that level. He used to be for the Bankstown United, I think it was.
Okay.
Like the old one, I think
Right.
there's been a couple of changes there.
Right, okay. Wentworth Park. I wonder who plays out of there now. If there is a MPL club that play out of there now.
Yeah, I can't think.
It's the Dogs racetrack now. Okay. Going low almost finding that bottom corner there, Kirby Wilding. A great opportunity to take the lead, and a big save there again by the goalkeeper.
He's made a couple of crucial saves for them.
He has. He's probably been their best player of the day so far.
I'd say he's probably the man of the match at this stage.
Shot again from the corner. Not sure. Sometimes they'll look for a shot, sometimes they'll look for a cross. Depends what space or what angle they hit the ball on.
And then some will look for a fine.
Yes, like that one.
The shot cross.
The shot cross.
Where is he?
Where is he?
Go and ask him.
Bloom. Is that a shot cross? Fine? Yeah.
Why not?
He says why not.
Unlucky Rhoda.
Unlucky. Major clubs: Wentworth Park, Sydney Olympic, Old Home Ground. Canterbury Bankstown Berries played out of Arlington. Henson Park, well, I'm assuming Jensen Park, and then moved around again. Might be Henson or Jensen. He says Henson, but I'm going to assume it's Jensen.
Maybe a bit
Might
of
be
a
wrong.
spell check accidentally.
It's all right. And then moved around again. Okay. Very good. We love a bit of history. Kyan van der Straten out. And the ball just looking for a clearance down the line. It'll fall straight to South Coast again. Oh, big press there from Mead. Forces the ball wide for South Coast.
No one has looked slow on this tonight.
No one. Or
No
not?
one at all has looked like slow. Everyone's
Yeah.
moving quite quick on this. Ball and
No, Henson
movement.
Park, Marrickville. But yeah, it's been a very quick game from both sides. Moving the ball very fast.
But even just their physical
quick,
movement,
yeah.
like no one has looked slow. Normally you can spot a couple of guys fatiguing or struggling.
Great challenge there from Connor Gallen.
Just have to rely on
Dangerous.
the flag in the end.
Great tackle there from Connor Gallen. Federation in the 90s had a big push. Each club didn't share home grounds. There you go.
Wow, with Sydney real estate and a few other things getting more and more expensive and things like that, that would probably make it,
More difficult, yeah.
more difficult now. And less inclined now. Council probably, trying to facilitate multiple sports out of the same venue if it's not ground shared. So, and more synthetic pitches now, so it's more able to be ground shared.
Ball through from Bolt, finds Rhoda, edge of the box. Now Kirby Wilding misplaces his touch. Out wide, Van der Straten now on his left. Inside the box, it's going to come off the behind of South Coast defender. And now we'll get a clear on the seconds. Chip. Down the line.
I forgot Chip was playing. I haven't seen him on the
Mead.
ball.
Mead going down the line, taking on 3 players.
Just as you do.
Listen, if you're bored, why not, right?
I don't think he's bored out there.
No,
He's
no,
been
no.
quite involved today.
He has been, yeah. It's been really good for him. But if you're confident in your own ability, go ahead, right?
Oh, back yourself, no question. Connor just testing his... Normally you'd say arm in that situation, but testing his passing range there. Just a little bit heavy.
Yeah.
The idea was there, if you can find runners in behind like that, it is dangerous.
Ooh. Can see you punish here. Kyan van der Straten. Through. Rhoda. Inside the box. A good defensive recovery there from the 36.
Dodged the centre back quite well there. Rhoda just couldn't find that extra touch to navigate that last one.
I've got 2 comments. Chop saying, with Raul Blanco coaching, those were the days, responding to Ross Anton's 3 major clubs at Wentworth Park and Olympics Old Home Ground. And then Ross back with another comment saying, under 20s in 2024, South Coast set up a deep line, and last year a 10-man inner west won 1-0. The game was 95 minutes, only had 11 players on the day.
Youch.
That's rough.
It's a good point then. Oh, sorry, good win.
Yeah.
Good goal.
What a team effort that would have been.
only 11 men and then to go one down. Yuck.
Yeah, that's rough. Okay, he probably could have kept that in, but decided to just hit it out, just to make sure it went out.
If I can't have it, no one can.
Yeah, it's basically that.
That was the word I was thinking of.
Bolt winning the ball there. Unfortunately, couldn't find a CCU player. Kind Van der Stratton now has to defend. South Coast, far side, one-on-one. Holding the ball by the corner. Kyan Van der Stratton beats one and tries to play the ball down the line. It will go out for a South Coast throw. Another ball on the field. Big switch of play. Kirby Walling does miss it. South Coast near side now. Nice little scoop around there. Almost gets away with it as Kirby gets the ball kicked into him by Hayden Bolt. Infield, Jack. Jakai Mead now gets fouled. Ref plays advantage. Come forward. Jesse Roeder misses the ball. Kyan Van der Stratton will pick it up and then lose possession.
No advantage? Question mark?
What, for the foul back here?
Yeah.
I mean, they made it up 20 yards up the field, so I guess
Yeah, but
that's...
isn't it a time thing, not distance?
No, it's a bit of... depends on the situation. It depends if they naturally lose the ball or not. And I feel like a 20-yard distance up the field is a fair advantage. Oh, looking for that ball over the top there from Roeder to find Mead. Just centre back gets in the way.
Yeah, hey Arnold. That was when Joey.
Yeah.
Claiming high foot.
Oh, we've got Hawkesbury taking the lead away to Dunbar. No, don't ask for a card, boys. Come on.
Something off the ball there that I saw in back play, but a bit unnecessary.
Very unnecessary.
Yeah, South Coast happy to sit off. That has seemed to be the theme, as Ross said, seems to be tradition.
What's going on? Why has that happened twice now? Shot, Ty Calorie. Interesting. Jakai Mead now on the left-hand side. Can just P-roll it through. Couldn't find Bolt to look to go forward. Giles has to recover and does really well. Little chip over the top for Wilding. He'll knock it down for Wenjoey. Infield for Mead. Big switch of play through the lines. Can he... Oh, the defensive player gets involved and does really well to go back to his keeper to keep the ball. Too many keeper. Just a bit of you have it, we have it at the moment.
Yeah, no team can really get it under its spell, pull it under its control properly.
League 1 under 20s, Prospect 4, Camden 0. The Prospect side is pretty decent, I've heard. A Prospect club in the youth system is quite good as well. Our youth, Central Coast United away to Prospect today. 3 draws, a win and a loss today for Central Coast United. The only loss coming in the under 18s. The win coming in the 16s and 3 draws from there. Was it 2-all and 3-all.
Yep.
And then 1-0 for the 16s, and fortunately that Prospect 18 side is very good. Kirby Wilding from distance.
Haven't managed to get a shot off inside the box, I don't think. Not a clear-cut one, anyway. You're going to call Connors one a proper shot?
No. We've had where the keeper's rushed out. Was that inside or outside?
That would have been inside, but not really a clear-cut chance, would you say?
Was 1-on-1, I guess. It was literally him and the keeper. Chip, nice little dummy there. Bolt looking for the run of Wilding, who's stopped his run as he saw Mead take the line. Connor Gallant, no foul, Connor, good. And look for the ball over the top. Ty Calorie could have come out to collect that, but
Don't think he was positioned to do so, if I'm honest. Works out favourably for him. He won't be punished. Goal kick.
30 seconds left in this first half of the men's under-20s competition. It is still 0-0. Nothing to split the two sides here at Sir Ian McLennan Oval. Fitzy, what is your take on the first half?
This pitch is too fast for it to be 0-0. Can someone score?
You're not wrong.
That's
No.
my take on it.
Yeah. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is 0-0 at half-time. 45 gone. We'll see you for the second half in 15 minutes. Fitzy, we're back for the second half.
We certainly are.
We certainly are. A couple of changes, or just maybe the one change.
Positionally, there's been a little bit of movement. I see
Yes.
Kyan van der Straten at centre back,
Which is interesting.
seemingly replacing Connor Gallen.
Yes, I know he was only restricted to 20 or 45 by his physios.
Right.
So,
And that's seen Taddy come in at left wing
yes.
from the 18s.
Yes.
Uh,
Rhoda still on?
yep, striker on the ball.
Yes, of course.
I think that's the only sub then.
Yeah. Good stuff then. Still both keepers in purple, so it must have not been that big of a deal then. And we're underway. Ty Calorie going long. Good old long ball, eh? Can't go wrong. Throw in there. Kyan van der Straten somehow staying on his feet. Jesse Wenjoey now picks the ball up. And we'll go back to Jeremy Cipollone just to recover and recycle. Going long again, Ty. Gets over the winger of South Coast to CCU try and come forward, but Kobe Wilding's going to have to chase from distance. Keeper goes long. Feeds it straight to the South Coast House and bobbled through all the way to the front line of South Coast there as he gets away with it. Now the captain of the 20 side. Ball lay through for the 32. Ty Calorie makes the save. Really well done there from Ty. Got himself set early and reacted very well, making the save. Rhoda to Mead. Dances inside and will win a foul.
Yeah, that sort of fall is not fun on this surface,
Not at all. Not at all.
especially this time of night.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you doing? Are you playing chess?
No, mate. Don't worry about that. Focus on the game, Mr. Fitz.
Well, that's what I would be saying of you. You've got
Fair.
more roles than me,
I sure do, mate.
and even
Well,
then.
When there's a stoppage in play, there's a stoppage in play. I got time.
Wilding over it, chips it in, flicked on by Rhoda.
Big save from the keeper. Keeper's done really well this game, man.
He just saw Ty do one of those. He wanted to copy it.
I don't blame him.
Full catch, full reach to catch that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Most of this match today, players have been enjoying the pace of the ball. That time didn't look the case. Especially considering the range of pitches you get at this level.
Yeah, you have some that hold up well, but most of them are pretty quick.
But even just the
This is-
variation in some of the synthos too. This
Yeah.
one's pretty, you'd argue, pretty true.
Yes, 100%. Pretty true. Probably the fastest we've had all year. You'd have to say, right? Probably the fastest.
Yeah, for sure.
Synth
For sure,
we've
for
had
sure,
all
for
year,
sure.
yeah.
Well, it's looking the newest.
Yeah. Well, speaking of new pitches, mate, Fraser Park's pitch is almost ready.
No, I saw photos of that.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll be ready for next season. Shot. Just creeps past the far post.
was that grass or was that just old Syntho?
That was synth, though. That was old synth. Though.
Okay.
Yeah. Because that has
Were they one of the first ones to go Syntho?
possibly. But that
Ross,
one had
if you're still
ve-
watching, I'd like the history on that if you do know it. Or anyone that does know the history on that. Oh, subtle way to tell you to get the comments up. Love it.
But it has given us some results. Sydney Uni 3, Bankstown United 0 in the
Oh.
under-20s.
Okay.
But they're, to be fair, right, the Sydney Uni's under-20s are 4th.
Yeah, right.
So they're up there. They're looking a pretty good side.
Just a young squad then with depth,
Yeah.
or similar depth.
Wollongong 2, St George 1, St George FC. Not City. As Bolt comes forward. Plays it off just a bit too out of the range of Kirby Wilding. Turning my car into a bit of a bus today, Fitzy.
Boss.
Got a couple of CCU boys that I've got to take home.
Yeah, back to the coast. I did hear about that.
Yes, well, it does help when one of the boys lives in the same street, so that's it's pretty helpful. Can drop one of them off, drop the ski off at 5s, and then... Are you kidding? Stop playing games with me today, camera. Now it's just not letting me press anything. Wow, that is interesting.
And that's what everyone's seeing too, by the way.
I can see, yeah. Thank you. And we're back on.
So what does that I know of? My phone will do that to itself sometimes if it's overheated or like heating up a bit too much.
It is a little bit warm.
Because that's how it detects touch on the touchscreens.
Right.
It's a heat thing, but if it's got
Right.
fingerprints on it, it'll naturally think that that's someone touching it.
Right. Jakai Mead, spinning referee, plays advantage. Taddy, little flick through for Rhoda. Just didn't end up falling to him.
Just a bit clumsy, that one.
Is that Taddy?
Yep.
Unlucky Tad. Well, the youth are finally finished on the back pitch. See, the latest game kicked off at 6:15 for an under-18s game, which is 3 hours later than any normal
Well,
game for an under-18s.
They're just trying to take every advantage they can, I guess. I'm not a fan of it personally, but
Well, to be fair, they had an absolute stacked day with everybody from JDL.
yeah, I get
All the way
it's
up.
tough.
Yeah.
But this would be one of the few venues, although it has changed since I first came here. Like they've actually fixed that pitch a lot, and they've actually, made it look more presentable. But this would be a sort of club that you'd try and get maybe a smaller Syntho pitch specifically for your
Your JDL.
SAP or JDL age groups, 9s to 12s. Try and, especially with you, like South Coast being a regional. This is their Plume Park. It's the region's hub. It's meant to be there. Is that Routledge saying that? He's off the field. Anyway. With it being their sort of main field in the region, the association home ground, surely they would try and promote, some more local matches by doing such a thing, like having that small-sided pitches, which would be a good use of Syntho, as well as, they're not as blessed for space as maybe Plume is.
I think Plume's in a similar scenario where if they had organised the fields a bit better, if the fields were like this at Plume, where back-to-back, right next to each other.
I don't think anyone actually wants that, though. That's the other thing.
Yeah. You reckon that Plume's organised pretty well with the way the pitches
Plume is set up well enough for a grass pitch. That's the key part. It was made to be grass. If you turn that Syntho, you're a madman. If I'm desperate to make a Syntho pitch at Plume, I'm going across the road elsewhere.
Yeah.
Like, there's plenty of farmland nearby. Hell, there's even friggin' Barney's home ground there.
Yeah.
Like, turn that Syntho.
I don't disagree, Fitz. Don't disagree at all.
Because that way you
Even
can
Chittaway.
fix the...
Even Chittaway. I mean, Chittaway is a pitch that needs from redoing.
Chittaway doesn't have the space, though, whereas that Barney ground, you've got a little bit of space around it with it being a junior AFL pitch, historically.
Kirby Wilding, just a bit heavy-footed. We've got a result. Half-time. St. George City 0. Mount Druitt 0.
Half-time.
Half-time.
Well, there's those points that Mount Druitt are chasing,
Yes.
if they can hang on to it.
Well, we'll see if Mariners can make it 9 from the last 9 points.
Yeah, Sydney FC is the only real A-League club that's safe in that competition.
Yeah, even the Wanderers are down there after doing really well last season.
Saw they signed Alu Kual.
Yes, in the A-League side, it's the captain for South Coast. Oh, Ty Calorie, unlucky, man.
What happened there? Did it hit Ty's hands and deflect
I
into...
think it came off his hip.
That's odd.
That is
Okay.
odd because I think Ty expected to go across the goal. So then he's gone near post, it's come off his hip and in.
Swear I heard gloves, but alright. That's where they do the scoreboard.
Yeah. I know. That was the lady doing it last time we were here last year.
Okay.
She said to us last year, "Yeah, you won't see me next year. I'm not working here anymore."
Well,
Okay.
they roped her back in.
Yeah.
So, some work to do for the 20s.
Yes. 1-0 down after a lack of concentration, you'd say.
Nah.
Because it's not against
Both-
the run. It's
both
against the run of play. I would say we've been the better side. We've tested the keeper a lot more than they have.
But again, it's the same as first grade. It's not as if they haven't had opportunities. There's not.
True, yeah.
We need to not be like this. And again, you've got to look at level of opportunities. They've probably had the same level of opportunities.
Okay. Oh, Jakai made in a pocket of space looking for the run of Rhoda.
Just
Wow.
that little bit too heavy. It's a spot to find Mead, though. Jeez.
On the grass field, that holds up. He's probably on goal there. But because, like we've been chatting so much about this game, how quick the synthetic is, it just falls into the hands of. It's just going to carry no matter how much you put on it. Oh, almost snuck through again for Wilding. Why are you doing this to me, camera?
Because we need to keep you entertained with something else, apparently.
No, this has never done this before. Why is it playing games with me today? This is frustrating. I don't like it. Apologies, everybody watching from home.
I wonder if they get the sound effect too, because that's really annoying.
Yeah, I don't know.
South Coast going longer here. CCU sitting pretty high. Joel stepping up and into that.
Control it, Rhoda. Control it, Rhoda. Control it. Needs to shoot. It's got to be a corner, and is.
Rhoda thrashed his way through to get that chance.
Yeah, he did really well to get the shot off as well.
Just not finding anything clean. No real easy chances at the moment. Everything's been blocked or smothered. No sound effects.
No
Thank
sound
you.
effect.
Thank you for the clarification.
Thanks, Carissa. We appreciate it. Ball into the box. Cleared straight to the chest of the 52. That's the 32.
Good try.
Ball over the top.
Oh,
Oh, just a bit too ahead of the 35. Looks to try and weave himself away from Vanna Stratton. Does so.
well,
The man who has been awake from real early this morning coaching his under 10s up in Newcastle and has to drive all the way to Wollongong. Fitzy, you remember those days?
I didn't have to come back to Wollongong.
Even when
Thankfully.
yeah, that's good.
I could just tune into the stream. Oy vey!
Benny Giles, the one mistake that he's made all game today. He's had a really good performance. Been an absolute solid brick wall, and that was not. It's probably one of the lowlights of the year. Referee not having any of it. Not having any of it. The goalkeeper almost losing his voice from how loud he decided to yell. Oh, we've got an around the grounds from Russ. Under 20s. The Nepean vs Granville Rage at Cook Park Tuesday night. Ooh. I wonder why. Must have been a... I wonder why. It must have been an injury or something that has postponed the game.
Is that what you reckon it is?
Well, normally that you don't really see games being changed to a midweek from a Saturday unless something happens.
True.
Ross, do you have an update on why that's been moved, or if it was already scheduled for that day?
It'd be odd if it was naturally scheduled like that when everyone else plays the normal time.
Yeah.
Just a general match observation from me. It just feels like the pitch speed is a little bit too quick for them. They don't, like, both teams don't really have too many solutions outside of just get that ball in behind. They don't really have a way to break apart an opposition at the moment.
He says ground could be closed due to the weather.
Oh,
Because it is a grass field, grilled, opinion.
grilled.
Grilled, yeah, it's a grass field, sorry. It is a grass field. So,
Got there.
got there in the end, yeah.
Yeah, right. Interesting. Then maybe they had rain that we haven't, or...
Question for you, gents. Should under-20s be played at 7 o'clock?
Properly.
Should it be played at 7 o'clock?
Yeah, should they at all, or should that be consistent across every game? That's two different questions. So I don't see anything wrong with it in regards to the purpose of the 20s league in all of Football New South Wales.
Ooh. Yeah.
I would have a problem with it if points were on the line and it was involved with the club championship like it used to be.
Yeah.
I don't know if Ross has tuned into the 20 stream much, but like I said earlier in the first half, I liked it how it was. 18's playing for 1 point in the club championship, or one-time multiplier. 20's playing for 2 times. First grade playing for 3.
Yeah.
Because again, that follows what is believed to be the way to bring up players.
Yeah.
18-year-olds should be trying to play performance football, and they are, but 20s aren't, which is bizarre. Because again, 20s, they should be being prepared for first grade football. But again, I get it, reserve grade and a few other bits and pieces. But yeah, I would say I'm not opposed to it considering the setup.
Yeah.
Because again,
Great challenge from Chip.
it allows good minutes for like young up and coming players rather than them sitting on the bench and not getting any time.
Yeah. But then that would put also, if you're looking at the youth then, that would put the 13s in a case of coming up from SAP football.
Theirs is a little different, right? Because
Yeah.
again, they're getting used to the full-size pitch now. There's a few other little bits and pieces that they're trying to do. And again, the JDL system and the SAP system both felt that results shouldn't be posted. So that is why that's a little bit more lax on that front.
Should you then, if you're going to go back to when the 18s, 20s and first grade are all points, should you go back, or should you keep the 13s not counted as club championship then?
I think you can... I don't think it should be club championship for youth. I think it should be a regional thing, and then you play one round versus everyone in your region, divide it all up into regions, and then go into a league position based on your club championship points.
Right.
That way, again, you don't have players floating about different clubs jumping around there. Like, I think that's something that desperately is needed in NPL culture.
Yeah.
Like, to be loyal to a club and actually like a place rather than just going, oh, they're in League One, let's go there. Like, I'm not a fan of that. I understand why it's a thing.
Yeah.
But, you're taking a lot of risk jumping club to club like that. You go from a coach you might have liked, but they get relegated, to a coach you hate, but are in a higher league. So, yeah, that's my stance on that.
We've got Ross saying, I agree, 18s to first grade should be playing for a reason. So 100% he agrees. He also believe that we should have an under-20s, under-18s cup for each state. That would keep players at that age group as well.
Yeah, fair point. So like a knockout competition for them, that would be interesting.
Because, to be fair, 80% of our CCU to under-20s still eligible for 18s.
Yeah.
The youngest player on our team is our goalkeeper, who still has 2 years left of 18s to play,
Yeah.
as he was our 16s goalkeeper last year.
And crazy to think he got a first grade game,
Yeah.
2 years ago?
Yeah, exactly. And that he says that would help many players be seen by clubs, coaches and scouts.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, Taddy! Oh, hello.
Good positioning.
Yeah.
worth an effort.
But then it goes, okay, where does the first grade go? If you're going to have 18s, 20s and first, how do you keep players at the club? Is it more of a, okay,
Well, that's where it's more
Yeah.
fair, right? Because
Yeah.
again, in the real world, you have transfer markets and things like
Yeah.
that coming into a thing, more targeting those older age groups.
yeah,
I think that's where it's a bit more fair again to be like, all right, well, I've had my chance to develop.
yep,
I have developed or haven't developed. I'm going to go elsewhere so I can get that development. Or, hey, I've got an opportunity here. I'm going to go there. I think that's a bit more, especially for like mental development too, right? Like their lives are more potentially stable as an 18-year-old, or they're more able to understand those things as an 18-year-old compared to a 12 or a 13-year-old jumping back and forth. Because like even in regards to like selections,
yeah,
like Wanderers, Sydney FC, even Mariners to some extent. You know, if they've got first claim over pretty much any player in their area. Like, what are the lower clubs meant to do if they haven't had the chance to build any loyalty?
yeah,
You know, do they just fold because their best player leaves?
yeah.
Or a couple of their good players leave? Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, well, Ross says AFL Rugby League have worked out different pathways and people know the milestones needed to develop. Well, I think you've got a point there, Ross, but also football is a world game, so you've got a lot of people that know the milestones to develop. But obviously the game in Australia is a lot different to the game overseas.
I would also add the asterisks of, you know, the unfortunate fact that football is pay to play compared to league and AFL, which are, you know, we will pay your rego and maybe even pay you to play at that level. Again, football needs to find its way like England and other nations where this sort of level is, you know, not having to pay registrations to get to places and travel and everything. Like, you know, some of the fees you hear about are outrageous. And this is why the academy market's a thing. It is a consequence. People don't feel like they're getting the coaching they want at club level. Therefore, they're happy to keep paying that amount and go to someone that's a name or, you know, potentially could be a coach or gets them an opportunity. So, big chance, by the way.
Rhoda! Another big save. Rhoda! The second time of asking. Punishes.
That's why you follow in, kids.
That is punishing on a goalkeeper's mistake. And
Probably-
it's one apiece.
Probably the first mistake he's had all game too.
Yeah, yeah. The South Coast first grade keeper did the exact same thing, but they got away with it. Excuse me there. The defensive, reaction from South Coast, they recovered really well. This time, not so much as a shot from Rhoda saved straight back to him and put in on the second time of asking.
CCU might have a feel like they've got a bit of momentum here. Taddy sitting on far post. If they can work a ball in, could turn a pace.
Kirby Walding found himself in a bit of space. He's going to shoot across goal. He's going to palm it straight into the path of a few. It's Jesse went Joey. Oh, that's Bolt. Oh, that's Bolt injured. Oh.
I don't think it's
Is he okay?
injury. I think it's just a little bit hyperextended
Ooh,
or
that,
a bit of a cramp.
Possibly.
Because again, he did go along with that hamstring muscle. It looked like he was trying to stretch that back out. Is it impossible for Australia to get to that point? I don't think so, especially with how A-League clubs are entering the transfer market now.
Yeah.
But I do think we need to sort out this domestic transfer market a little bit better.
Yeah.
The sooner that is done, I think the better for all clubs. I don't think that's how we should have set up from the get-go, but this is where we're at, so we've got to deal with that.
We speak about it all the time at work and what have you. Like, if you want
Yeesh, Taddy, come, mate. Jesus.
to we always chat about how, okay, if you want players to stay loyal to clubs wise, and they're South Coast here coming forward, Spenny Giles to shot. It's a big save there from Ty Calorie down to his right.
Good save, good pressure from Giles. Yeah, you were saying, sorry.
For example, if there was more of a, if you make Australia like the non-league system in the UK, how it's all funneled down from system to system.
Yeah. Money-wise, you're saying, sorry?
Not even money-wise, just more like the league system was built like that. And
Okay,
like,
anyone can get into the top league. is what you're
100%.
saying. Okay.
If it was like that, I feel like that players would be more loyal to clubs and develop, and it wouldn't matter what club you're playing for. Sure, the better players would go to the higher clubs, but you would see more people sticking to one club and being more loyal. I would say.
I don't disagree with that fact. The only thing that's at Australia's disadvantage is the distance.
Yeah.
You know, if you're from Wollongong and, you know, there's a chance, you know, you could potentially get other minutes at a Sydney club, you're going to go because of the distance.
Yeah.
Like, we've had a few Coast kids even go elsewhere.
Yeah.
We actually played one in first grade. Parramatta,
Yeah.
travelling all the way out there. You know, we've got one at Nepean as CCU go to the bench here.
It's Connor Island and Lockie Foraker. Where
James Bolt coming off after that hamstring
possibly
scare.
Yeah. And is that Kine?
Kyan off when Joey with the captain's armband.
So like for like swap, you'd say?
I don't know. I don't know how they'll line up. That's all.
Because Foraker is one of the centre halves for the 18s.
So he'll be another centre back pairing for Ben Giles.
Yep.
And I'd say Connor into centre mid potentially.
So who went off then? Bolt. So yeah, like for like basically. I think Connor's a bit more attacking than Bolt.
I don't know. I haven't watched Connor in a while. I haven't seen him since the start of the year. I'm interested to see how he goes, no question.
Yeah.
I think he can handle it, but I wouldn't be able to describe how he plays. What was my point before all that happened?
Oh, we've got around the grounds when you've got a minute. If you
Yeah,
want to do
go on.
that now. So
Sniper. Smothered. Absolutely smothered by Ty Callaghan.
title.
There's a little bit of... Yeah, right. That is odd indeed, looking at that.
How has he dropped that and then picked that back up? By the way,
Well,
That's
wasn't
an
deliberate?
it doesn't like.
I don't
It
know.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I know the rule, but yeah, I don't know. Round the grounds, what were you saying?
Hills 2, Berries 1. Berries player's been sent off.
Bah.
Mounties 0, Dulwich 2.
Okay.
We've got Inner West 0, Gladesville 0.
Yep.
And then Dunbar 0, Hawkesbury 1.
Yes, that's what I was saying. The only problem is distance. So
Yeah.
again, I think a country that we need to look to, and I've said it before on stream, is Brazil.
Yeah.
And I think the A-League clubs need to be coming down and playing against clubs in their region, or at least playing NPL 1. It shouldn't be the youth teams playing at that level. It should be the A-League teams playing at that level. Let your loan system do that. Get experience playing against first grade at a high level. Means you'll get players looked at, seen, scouted, rather than just, you know, blanketing any good youth product that comes through and then being like, okay, cool, we don't care if they're successful or not because we've got Carl Blanchard, whoever's decent. I kept talking there because I saw the linesman flag up. But yeah, that would be...
Yeah. The only thing is, right, football in Brazil is 12 months a year.
Right. Again, you could find a way to work it though, so it's
Yeah.
not that. And
Yeah.
again, like similar to how they have done with the FFA,
Australia Cup?
formerly FFA Cup,
Yeah.
the Australia Cup. You know, A-League clubs enter later. Okay, maybe they enter it this time of year, or I don't know. I'm sure you could find a way to navigate the season just a little bit.
So, yeah, so the A-League season what finishes April?
Maybe we back pre-season out of February, or have that as pre-season rather than that's where the start of the season is.
Oh, it's 2-1, South Coast.
Just a little bit easy on that cross there. No one quite tracking the runner either.
But yeah, I realistically, why isn't our NPL system and our A-League system linked up so they're playing around the same time of year? Is it availability for fields?
So,
Which if it's professionally, then yes.
yeah, I think it's a bit of a history thing in this country. You
Yeah.
play football in winter, and again, the A-League wants to avoid commercially, big competition and other capture points for players. But again, why not find a way to merge both of those concepts?
100%. 100%.
And again, I do think Brazil is a good example because look at the amount of players they produce.
Yeah.
Like, they've got to be doing something right if they're producing all these players. Yes, there's cultural things and other things like that, no question. But I'll jump up and down about this. It can't purely just be that.
Yeah.
Like, there has to be other things they're doing right. And I think, again, distance-wise, it's a big country. Like, Australia's got to stop looking at Europe and going, this is the one spot we've got to copy. Just because we speak English doesn't mean that their countries are like ours. Like, I think Brazil is a great example. And again, I'm a bit iffy on America, but I basically copied the idea that I said for youth in regards to that, conference-style thing from there, from what they do in the NFL, because I think it's a good model.
Yeah.
But I don't think that for professional football and the top level.
Got 2 comments. We got Chop saying, great topic, boys. Love hearing about it. Ross says, what about allowing some Pacific or Asian teams into the A-League
Yeah, 100%.
to grow listen,
I'd love that, because again, you'd have a proper final system there as well. Like, there's nothing I can't stand more than a team coming 6th, especially in the way this place treats finals, and winning a, quote, grand final as a 6th place team. Does my head in. I would love some, help Oceania a bit. Maybe we can get some funding from FIFA.
Yeah.
Help out some Oceania clubs. It just seems like a no-brainer for me. Even friggin' Indonesia, massive population there.
Yeah.
There's just some there that I feel like are just a no-brainer. Look after them a bit, split the comp a little bit, have the A-League have, maybe like a travelling comp. I don't know what you would call it. Maybe there's an Oceania branch. Maybe there's a Southeast Asia branch. Dangerous looking board, a little bit heavy. But yeah, I would love to see a league like that and then have a proper final series rather than just being, anywhere from 6th to 1st can win a comp.
Yeah.
And be called decent and thought of as the best team in the league. Great work. That's not for me.
Yeah. No, it should just be first past the post. Like, if you are the best team in the league, you deserve to win the league.
But again, I'm not opposed to those sort of things qualifying you for something else.
Yeah.
And that could be its own final. Cool.
Yeah.
But the best team in the country should be the team that does the harder thing, which is first past the post.
Yeah. So Ross has put it in the comments, Super Rugby do it. Super Rugby do, you have your Australian teams, and then you've got your Asian,
Yeah.
African.
True.
And then you have
they've tinkered around that for a bit though. But I think they've found that really tricky teams-wise and finding a way to get that done. But, they've found a way, and I don't dislike that system. Because then they've also got a tour, right?
Yeah.
Because they've got, like you were saying, South Africa. I think there's a few teams in South Africa. There's New Zealand. I believe Japan has a team, for my memory.
Yeah, I think they've got 2 or 3 or 4.
Yeah, right. Really?
Yeah.
I knew they had one. I didn't know.
But they have obviously got their national team.
Yeah. But
I'm not sure what region they'd play in it, because I'm pretty sure if they've got... Japan's obviously Northern Hemisphere, so they'd obviously play against mainly Northern Hemisphere sides. Because obviously we'd have... In our region, we'd have New Zealand... 4. We've had New Zealand, we've had us, and then we'd probably have...
South Africa historically.
Yeah. But yeah, 20s games is the game that we just talk about. How to grow the game, we love it.
I'm happy to discuss this topic all day.
Yeah, it's good, Fitz. It's good.
South Coast go to the bench. 54, was it?
That was the danger man, wasn't he? He was doing
He was
really,
a bit of a threat.
Yeah. We've still got a couple of boys on the bench, I believe, to come on. We've only made 3 changes. It's Taddy at half.
Yep.
Connor and Lockie Foraker.
Yep.
So we've still got...
Who's still lingering? Or is they the players that have come off, sitting on the bench now?
I will check. Oh, yeah. Gladesville have gone 1-0 up over Inner West.
Whoops. Ball comes in, cleared. Mead picking it up. Oh, referee getting stuck in now.
Go on, Taddy. Press it high, mate. Yes, good. Force him back. Force a mistake. Lovely jubbly. Check high, mate. Just lets the ball roll past him. Chua!
Chip deals with it reasonably well, but
Gives the
South
ball.
Coast read it.
Yes, Ty. Well done.
Good positioning, good save.
No, it was just the 3 subs for today.
Yeah. I was going to say, it just looks like the 2 players that had come off sitting on the bench there.
Yeah. It's going to be a CCU throw that.
Oh, and Joey's just got to be careful here. It doesn't look good.
He always gets caught up in challenges. He's
just-
staying great,
he's-
staying down at the moment.
He's just gone in awkwardly a couple of times. Now a sub off you can't use again, right?
That's correct.
We wouldn't have a sneaky goalkeeper sub, would we?
No, Zaid has not stayed around. Actually, while there's a stoppage in play, I'll go put my rubbish in the bin.
Scorer was Jesse Roder.
Yes.
Good shot, keeper saved, followed up the rebound and put it in the top of the net.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Listen, you're gonna buy a ticket to the raffle, you may as well try and win. No, that's not the same.
I don't recall. I know what you're trying to say, but my brain doesn't want to
No.
register what it says.
You can't win the raffle if you don't buy a ticket.
Yeah.
And again,
Speaking of
he's,
which-
he's just having shots from distance. He's in a bit of confident mood. But
Pot
with-
shots?
Pot shots, that's right. Well, yeah, so the goalkeeper's rolled it out to him, basically. He's had taken a touch,
Probably
had a
about-
shot, keeper saved it straight to him, and then
Probably about where Mead is now, right?
he rode it where Roder is now, yeah.
I thought it was a bit more central, no?
Yeah, I think that is a bit more central than where Mead is. Ooh, Inner West Hawks, Mr. Penn. Ooh, it stays 1-0 to Gladesville. Wow, Ross. Ross, that's it's a bit worrying there for the Hawks, mate. Hopefully they can claw it back.
So when Joey off? When Joey is off,
Yes, we're down to
10.
Oof.
Eeks.
Yes, Belinda, no worries. We'll keep you up with as much information as we can.
Well.
Speaking of Wildings, there's Kirby on the ball who looks for a ball over the top and goalkeeper takes a swing at it. Now for a goal kick.
That's not for me.
What, the little air swing?
Yeah, not for me.
Could just let it go out. It's very unsportsmanlike, isn't it?
It's borderline. I don't know about unsportsmanlike, but it's certainly rubbing salt in the wounds. I don't know. Karma would say he'd cramp up.
Yeah. Fixie. Chip to Foraker now. Oh, almost a temptation for the high foot there. As a controlled off the back of the 36, Kirby Wilding will win a foul.
I'm guessing they've got headsets.
I would assume not if the referee's putting the flag up like that. It's ball in the box now. It's Jakai Mead. Can he get a shot off? He'll lay it off to Bolt. Back six.
Taddy!
Ooh!
I think maybe just attacked that a bit too much.
Too
Might
much?
have been
Did he
better off
early?
just sitting off
Possibly.
and like letting the ball come to him because he just, in the end, just jumped almost under it
Yeah.
with his forward momentum. CCU not going to die wondering here. They're still going to try and chase the game.
Yeah.
Accidental foul from Connor Ireland there, trying to step across and block the pass. Back foot ends up tripping the South Coast player. CCU, all players but Roder back. Didn't realise they were going to be this short.
Ball over the top. 22, is he onside? He's not.
It's not a matter of everyone being off, mate. You got an advantage from interfering with the play. That's why it was offside. Hayden Bolt rolling it around.
Mead. Coming deep into the pocket of space of where Joey would be. Taddy goes out wide to Bolt again. Into the box. It's going to fall for Rhoda. Acrobatic attempt. It's going to go through the bodies in the box. It's going to fall nicely for Chip as the 34 clears it straight in front of him. And it's going to be a foul. Just no foul. Just no cheese. Just foul. Hills United go 3-1 up against Berries in League 1. What's the table looking like in League 1 at the moment? Let's take a peek, because some results are, if it wants to load, it does, which is lovely to see. 18, that's a youth.
Someone told me, by the way, seeming he's down with cramp, cramping is not fully known about yet.
That's strange.
It's a mixture of like salts and all that, but you can have like a perfectly nutritioned person
Yeah, and still get a cramp.
and still get a cramp.
Wow.
And they reckon the whole thing that there hasn't been an invention past pickle juice is that it shocks the nervous system, and the nervous system's involved. Is Rhoda. Whoa! Speaking of shocking the system,
Oh my God, Jesse Rhoda, that would have been spectacular.
it's a great effort.
That is a fantastic effort. So, League 1, right?
Yep.
Newcastle Jets, obviously, they received a points deduction earlier in the season.
Yep, because they didn't want to disclose.
Yeah. So, Bonnyrigg at bottom, 5 points below Mounties. Mounties are obviously in the playoff spot at the moment. 3 points off Dulwich Hill. Goes MacArthur Rams, Bankstown City Lions, Berries, Hills, Hakoa, who sit mid-table almost every season. I don't see them really making a push, and I don't really see them
Weren't
going.
Marcoa in the top flight at one point there?
Not since I've been at CCU anyway.
Okay.
Goes SD, UNSW, Rydalmere, Jets, Bulls, and then the top 2 is Spartans and Northern Tigers. Northern
Tigers
Tigers
top.
are top.
Yeah, they didn't get their half-season flop. Normally
What?
halfway through the year, they decline. But they've avoided that this year and maintained their winning form.
That's good. That's fantastic. Let me see if I can get... So Wollongong's washed out in the 20s today.
Huh. To be fair, it did look cloudy down here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, did you know the pickle juice thing?
I think you spoke to us about it last... Well, you spoke about it to not the very low masses of people
Right.
last week. So, currently South Coast Flames sit in the playoff spot determining on results. It'll either be... It is a... So, 36 points, South Coast Flame. 35 points, Prospect and Hawkesbury. 33 points, Bankstown United. 32 points, Granville. That is a tight top 6.
Rhoda with another free kick here. If you're a keeper, are you freaking out about it? Wondering if he hit the target this time?
Oh,
He's spending a lot of time on this wall.
the referee... For dawdling, that's hilarious. So at the moment, don't know if the Prospect result come through yet, Ross, but they are playing... I think we mentioned it earlier.
Rhoda floats one. Giles just couldn't find a way to work a shot off there.
They played Camden today, so they're playing bottom, which they are 2 points behind Sydney Uni, and 5 points behind us. So 5 points behind us. Why Ty? He's going to let that go out for it's going to be a goal kick, and then so that means in the second division it's going to be Northern and Spartans. So Spartans are in the playoff spot for the league above, which the relegation spot for League from MPL to League One is Mariners Academy. Back-to-back playoff games for them.
Yeah, 2 seasons in a row is a lot of work to do.
Yeah, who did they beat last year? It was Bailey Brantman, scored a double to keep them up against someone last year.
Ben
Done.
Giles pulling up a little bit heavy after that knock.
We don't want Mounties and Bonnyrigg back in the league, says Ross. It's a bit heavy there from Rhoda. Can he keep it in? No.
It's tough, right? Trying to win the game, doing the best you can.
Ladies and gentlemen, that will be the end of today's live stream. We appreciate and thank everybody for coming along to watch the first grade and under 20 stream. It was a 1-1 draw for first grade and it was a 2-1 victory for South Coast Flame here at Sir Ian McLennan Park. I've of course been Jaden and Fitzy. We'll see you next week
Catch you back at Plume.
for Prospect at Home. See you then.